Leader of the opposition and President of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, is urging Prime Minister Andrew Holness to put the necessary measures in place to ensure that Vale Royal talks are resumed. Mark Golding is lamenting that he has only had one meeting with the Prime Minister since he became Leader of the Opposition in November 2020. He says that the lack of an effective channel of communication between both sides is not good for Jamaica. He said that they should restart the Vale Royal talks. The nation needs us to work together to tackle the current crisis. He says, Mr. Prime Minister, I urge you to do the right thing. He reminded the Prime Minister that the Vale Royal talks in which their predecessors engaged allow the government and the opposition to discuss important matters affecting the country and develop consensus where possible. Mark Golding also repeated calls for the government to reinstate opposition members to chair several parliamentary oversight committees. Opposition members now only chair the Public Accounts Committee and the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee of Parliament. That decision was made after the Jamaica Labour Party's landslide election victory in September 2020. According to Mark Golding, they have not accepted this, and civil society does not support it. It has weakened the system of checks and balances on which an accountable and transparent democracy depends. The Convention for Opposition Members to chair parliamentary oversight committees was introduced by former Prime Minister Bruce Golding and maintained by both sides of the political divide up until September 2020. Mark Golding has expressed his concerns about Jamaica's prospects on the international stage in relation to their former relationship with the Trump administration. He says he's hoping that Jamaica's prospects will not be affected for having gone along with what was put in place by the Trump administration. With the advent of a new and more progressive administration in Washington, the government's unfortunate situation with the Trump administration has been laid bare. Mr. Golding also paid tribute to CARICOM leaders who stood firm in the face of whatever pressures or inducements were offered to those, like Jamaica, who strayed from the fold. He also said that the region had long recognized that strategic benefits exist for speaking with a common voice when dealing with larger players in the international arena. He says that it was therefore with considerable alarm and disappointment that they witnessed this government departing from those traditions in its dealing with the Trump administration. Golding charged that Jamaica chose to participate in the fragmentation of CARICOM's stance within the Organization of American States in relation to Cuba and Venezuela, rather than standing in principled solidarity with the majority of the regional bloc. The opposition leader also said that Cuba and Venezuela's generosity to the Jamaican people was unsurpassed. His statement was that in the past, Jamaica dealt with them from a position of respect for the principles of self-determination and non-interference in each other's internal affairs. The government's departure from the established norms of Jamaica's foreign policy and from the sure road of CARICOM solidarity is highly regrettable. Mark Golding also said that Holness should have been more careful when he was mentioning that Jamaica understands the orbit in which they are, and that we are in the backyard of the United States. According to Golding, Jamaica is not in anyone's backyard, nor is Jamaica a puppet or a stooge to any foreign power. He says that Jamaica is not for sale. As Michael Manley once courageously said, according to Golding, we walk the world stage on our feet, not on our knees. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the opinions that have been shared by the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding. Do you also have concerns about Jamaica's efforts and opportunities on the international stage being affected by our previous relationship with the Trump administration? Are you also in agreement with the suggestion that Vale Royal talks should be resumed between the leader of the opposition and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. Of course, he says that these talks will help to open the channels of communication between both sides to ensure that they can address the problems that Jamaica is currently facing together, so that they can come to a consensus and find solutions to these issues. Of course, remember to be safe. Remember to be vigilant and alert at all times. Take care of yourself. And remember to wear your mask.